Good afternoon and welcome to my show. I got to just make sure my YouTube, okay, just wanted to make sure that YouTube wasn't going to be making too much noise. And so this is my second week of doing my lunch break Monday. And can you see I've been playing around in Canva and I have a new little, hold on, I got to do it right. A new little thing up here. I'm so excited getting to play around. Oh, hey, Cajun Reseller. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it so much. So I was trying to decide what I wanted to talk about today. I was hoping to get somebody to come on with me. I asked No Money G to come on. Greg, and he was not available. So I'm kind of bummed about that. I know it was last minute asking him. Hey, Brandy, thanks for stopping in. So today I decided, I guess last Tuesday, let me go back to that. So last Tuesday I had Dapper Tiger on and I was trying to decide what direction I kind of want to bring my channel. Do I want to, it's a reselling channel, of course, Yellow Brick Road reselling, but what direction do I want to bring my channel? And there are so many videos out there for people just getting started with reselling. So if you want to know how to create a good eBay listing and all that kind of stuff, that's there. So I decided I kind of wanted to go in another direction and I'm slowly going to get to there. But I kind of want to be more of the not really like elementary level, middle school, high school, junior high maybe level at first, and hopefully graduate to the high school level of reselling. And I'm not sure if I'll ever get to the college level, but just kind of like what's next. If you've already been selling on eBay or Amazon or Mercari, Poshmark, whatever, if you've already been selling on those platforms, I just realized my microphone was way over there. You probably could still hear me though. I'm pretty loud at times. If you've already been selling on those platforms for a couple years, and some of them, like myself, I've been on since 1998, although I was part-time until about 3-4 years ago, then what's next? What's next for you? And so I know that Greg, No Money G, has been selling for quite a while, and he's a big Amazon seller just from what I've seen him on other shows and stuff. And I kind of wanted to bring in some of that expertise at that level. So I'm hoping over time we kind of graduate to that. So it's not more of the just basic stuff. Although today I'm going to talk a little basics because I was quickly trying to figure out what to talk about today. So it's a little basic, but I do have some updates and that kind of stuff I wanted to talk about. So if you have questions, jump in and ask them as we're going along. The topics today is retail arbitrage for eBay and Amazon. Oh, first, I just realized. So it is so cold here in New York. It was 56 this morning that I literally just Googled my eBay because I didn't have time to run upstairs, my eBay inventory to see what I had that I could throw on. And I'm selling this Lane Bryant blazer. So I literally just grabbed it and threw it on because I am so cold. My hands are freezing and I didn't want to put the heat on. My husband would yell at me. So let me just say hi to a few more people that came in. I think I stopped at Jane. If not Jane, hi. I'm going to say hi again just in case I already got you. NASCOke. So I'm not, you're new to my channel. I don't think I've seen you in here before, but so welcome very much. I appreciate you being here. And we have Nate. Every day I'm hustling. I wasn't doing this earlier. Sorry if I didn't pop you up on the screen. So Jane, there you go. I'll pop you up again. So thanks for letting me know you could hear me. And of course, Cajun is here. And there's NASCOte again. So he says, I have been part-time on eBay since 1999. Wow. See, I've been since 98. Look forward to going full-time when I'm ready to retire early. Yeah. So I'm 51. And that was one of the things that I decided that I really wanted to do was to be able to do this when I'm retired. And we actually moved and I didn't want to go get a traditional job when we moved to this location. So I decided to jump in and do this. I call myself full-time because I don't do anything else. Semi full-time because I do like to take my time off and do what I want to do. Like I just took off and went to New Hampshire to help my sister who lives on the border of New Hampshire and Vermont. She's putting in a new kitchen. And I went over and helped her. And there's my other sister, Amy, who just jumped in. She just took the plunge to sell on Amazon. She has been on eBay I know, Amy, how long have you been on eBay? You've been on eBay for a really long time. And she owns a maple syrup business. She sells maple syrup and maple candy and stuff like that. And anybody who's been on my channel for a little while has seen a show I did with her, or if you haven't, you can go back and watch it. And she just took the plunge to do Amazon. So I was over there this weekend, and my husband went over and my brother, and they were helping install some kitchen cabinets. And we decided, the ladies and I said, let's run to Home Depot and look at some countertops. And while we were there, I did some scanning and found some really good deals. And that's one of the topics I wanted to talk to about today is retail arbitrage on eBay and Amazon. So a lot of people hear about retail arbitrage on Amazon, but they don't really realize how much you can do retail arbitrage on eBay also. So if you're not sure what retail arbitrage is, it's going into a store, a retail establishment, not a thrift store. It's usually, brand new items, and buying something and then flipping it on one of the platforms. So as you all know, I've been doing, I always say as you all know, but it could be your first time here. I have been doing some what sold on eBay videos, eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Etsy. I include them all. I always call my what sold on eBay, but it's really all of the platforms except for Amazon. I don't show you what I sell on Amazon most of the time, only because it would take me forever to go through everything I sell on Amazon. Now, I just did a video last week where I brought you along with me, and I did some retail arbitrage at Walmart, and I showed you what I was buying there. So for instance, this is, I'll grab something. So I picked up this at Walmart, and it was for $4. And so this is what retail arbitrage is. It's buying things like this, brand new at a store, and then I'll send this into Amazon and I will make money. And I'm looking for my phone because I was going to tell you like what the profit is, which I am going to share with you later. Some of the tools that I use. So anybody who saw my listing earlier. Okay, so right now this is selling for, so Amazon is selling this for $19.57. And with my $4, I will make $5.41 on this. And you might think $5.41, that's it. But if you go around and you pick up 10 of these and send in 10, that's $50. And then you do this times 100 products. That's the thing. Like Amazon, you can scale up Amazon so much easier than you can scale up eBay. So, oops, I came loose. So on eBay, you have to either you hire somebody and you have a warehouse and you hire somebody to do your shipping and all that kind of stuff for you, or you can or with Amazon, they do all the shipping for you. So I'll send in boxes and boxes and boxes of stuff. Like I have right now 2 of my backs of my Highlander, because I did 2 rounds of shopping trips full. That my car hasn't been emptied yet from my trip that I got home from yesterday, but I have right here on the side of me, which you can't see, is full of stuff that I need to get ready for Amazon. So I'll be doing that later this afternoon and tomorrow. So you can send in 100 items to Amazon, and literally within a week, if you source correctly, all 100 can be sold in a week. And all you did was 1 shipment, and that's to Amazon. Where with eBay, you would have to package 100 items. So you can just scale up so much easier, in my opinion, on Amazon. So Nate says, so fast money and easy. Yeah, I'm assuming you're talking about Amazon. It really, I'm shocked, literally shocked every time. And I've been doing it for a year. When something hits the warehouse, how fast it sells. Listing it is 3 clicks, really fast. And you can still on Amazon. Oh, hey. What are resales? Welcome to the channel. You can You can also do merchant fulfilled on Amazon. So you can choose to ship it yourself and not have Amazon ship it. And some of those things I'll do if it's books, if it's a high ranking book where it only sells a few times a year, I won't pay the storage fee to have Amazon sit on it. I think it's very normal for a buyer to go on and feel like when they're buying a used book and they buy it from a third party seller. I don't think that's unusual for people. But there are still so many people that do not know that there are third party sellers on Amazon. So I wanted to talk about a couple things. Let's see. I've been playing around with my Streamyard and my little things here and that little video. For those who were here right at the beginning, I played a little video. Share my screen. And I'm going to share my entire screen into the world of Neverland. Okay, I don't want to do that. I don't know why I always have such a hard time. Someday I will get this down. I promise you guys. I'm going to look over here. I'll make it so it's so much easier. At some point, I'll know what I'm doing. So first I wanted to share this with you. This is my Facebook group that I have. If you're not a member of it, come on over and join. It's called Yellow Brick Road of Reselling. We talk about Amazon, FBA, eBay, and more. But I had to put up this post last week. So if you have an eBay store, not everybody is getting the email that Amazon or eBay is supposed to be sending you. I did not get it. And if it wasn't for other people posting this in some of the other groups I belong to, I would not have realized that I had $50 in free eBay supplies that I could use. I knew it was coming out, but I didn't know that it had already officially come out. So if you have a basic store, eBay is giving you an additional $25 in eBay supplies that you can go on and order boxes and tape and tissue paper, whatever. If you have a premium store, another $50, and an anchor store, $150. So make sure that you take advantage of that and screenshot this, or you can come back and watch it and freeze it, or come to my Facebook group and you can get it there. If you have an eBay store and you have not been using your free supplies, use them. You can buy like lightweight items like the tissue paper or things like that and just resell it back on eBay if you're not going to use it yourself. Or if you know other resellers, they may even buy your coupon from you for like half price, because the eBay supplies are overpriced. So if you had like a $50 coupon and you aren't using it, somebody would give you $25 in PayPal cash for that. You have to place the order for them though and have it drop shipped to their location. You can't just give them the code and have them use it on their account. All right, so I'm going to close that. I'm going to come back here and I see, let's see. I know I'm looking off to the side and I don't want to do that, but I want to see the screen when I'm sharing it with you. Someday I'll figure out how to do this. I know I keep saying that. Someday. So somebody had an FBA question. So shoot your question. Let me know what it is and I will see. Also, maybe here we go. So I sent in, here we go. Oh, and hey, Victoria, I see you popping in. I sent like 50 items into FBA and the inbound was showing all the number of items I sent in. Now it's showing nothing and just says receiving. Yeah, so if they're receiving it, sometimes it takes a little while. It might take sometimes a couple of days depending on which warehouse you go to. So I would just give it a couple of days. I'll say, so sometimes mine will say receiving and there's a button you can click and it will show you the contents on your Seller Central. Click on your FBA shipments and then click on the contents and it will show you, remove that. It'll show you on the screen the items and it will show you as they start receiving them, it'll show the ones that they're receiving. I don't know how the process works. So, all right. So it's been 2 weeks. Wow. So I do think it depends on what warehouse, but I'm not sure because normally, especially right now, I sent in 2 shipments in the last couple weeks, one last week and one the week before that. And literally as soon as it hit the warehouse and started showing receiving, the items were selling. But the majority of my items go to AVP in Pennsylvania. So I'm not sure what warehouse you use, because I have heard from other people that some warehouses are just so much slower. And I think even when they're transferring the items from one warehouse to another, it'll still show that they've received them. Yeah, so Cajun, most of his goes to Memphis. So I'm not really sure why that's happening. You could always open up a ticket. If it's been 2 weeks, I would probably open up a ticket and ask Amazon what's going on. I've never had anything delay that long except for around Christmas time. Things definitely slow down. But right now, things seem to be going at a pretty fast pace for the shipments I've sent in. Even the ones that have gone to other warehouses. Yeah. Well, Nate, you're yeah, because you're in Pennsylvania, so you would send. I like AVP. I think things there go really quickly. Mine was 2 boxes, and 1 box has been done already. The other box, nothing. Yeah, I would definitely open up a ticket because we'll see if it's available yet for you to reconcile your box. Because I've had a whole box go missing. Last July during Prime Week, I sent in some boxes and 1 whole box disappeared, and they actually reimbursed me for it because it showed that it was received in the warehouse, but for some reason they didn't have the product, so they were able to reimburse me for all of the product. I did have to upload a receipt of every product, which was tiresome and tedious, but I mean it's a large dollar amount when you're looking at a whole box, and I had to show the receipts for all of the different products that were in there. So I'm in Memphis. Amazon is building a massive new facility that should be up and running by October. That's awesome. I heard there was a new one down near Syracuse, New York, which is south of me. I'm north of that. And I don't know if that one has opened yet, but I did hear the one in California that burnt down was a new facility. I don't know what the status of that is. Like, I haven't gotten any notification or anything that I had any supplies there, and I'm not even sure where you find that in Seller Central to see where your items are. I just see I have items in stock, but I don't know what warehouse they're sitting in. There's probably a place somewhere. So you send it to North Carolina. Yeah, I'm not that familiar with Charlotte. I think Sue from She Shells by Sue. I always say that wrong. See, it's like a tongue twister. I think she sends some of her stuff to North Carolina. I'm not 100% sure though. And I don't think I hear her complain about her warehouse. So yeah, I think I would definitely see if you can reconcile it. And if you can't, then I would go ahead and actually, let me see if I can. I'm going to try and share my screen again, just in case you're not sure how you reconcile something. Let me go back over to here. I'm going to close that out so we don't need that anymore. And let me go to... Okay, so let me click on all right, this one is delivered. This one's receiving. All right, I'll go this one. So when you're in here, it shows your shipment, and then it says track your shipment. Shipment contents, and then here's your reconcile. So when you click on reconcile, so for this shipment, so you may not be able to, because I can't do anything until July 1st. So they're pretty much saying, give us, so I sent this on June 6th. So almost a month. They want a month to be able to get all your stuff to where it needs to be or whatever. So I'm assuming there must be a backlog there. But yeah, so July 1st, and like I said, I sent it on June 6th. So that's how you do your reconcile. And if I was able to reconcile, I'd click and be able to open up there's like a whole thing, and that's where it tells you to upload your receipts and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully they get it taken care of so you don't have to go through that process, because honestly, it is kind of a pain in the butt. All right, so I did want to show you guys a couple more. The one that burnt down was for large equipment. Okay, good. Oh, so you can't, yeah, you can't reconcile yet. Yeah, I don't really know of any other way. And I think even if you opened a ticket right now, they would probably tell you to use the reconcile process. It's kind of a stinker, but I wanted to share part of my video from last week with you guys. Just because I think it's really cool. And I got a message from one of my viewers that they couldn't believe how small my post office is. So I'm going to go ahead and share part of this video. If you've already seen it, I apologize. It's only about 20 seconds or so long. So here you go. Here's my little post office. I'm talking through my mask because here in New York, it is a requirement that we wear a mask. And let's see, I'm going to walk in and put it to the side so Peter may or may not want to be on video. Hi, I'm recording a YouTube video here for a minute. You don't mind? I'll try not to get you on camera, but I just wanted to show. I'm always talking about how small my post office is. So see, these are, my town has post office boxes, and this is the size of the lobby. So when they talk about keeping a 6-foot distance, it's really hard when you're in here. All right. So I just wanted to show that, and you know, it was so weird because I shared the post office boxes, but honestly, the post office boxes, and I say that there's parts of my town that they don't get mail delivered to their house. They actually have to go to the post office to get it. So that's why I shared that, but I didn't really say it correctly. But isn't that tiny? It's a very, very small post office. Hey, Penny Day, thanks for stopping in. Flippin' Frozen, I don't think I said hi to you yet. Cute, mine is not much bigger. Yeah, it's so weird. I love it. That's the closest one. It's only like 2 minutes down the road. And there's another one that's bigger. Actually, that post office isn't even my zip code. It's the town I live in, but I actually live a little bit further out from it, so I don't have to have a P.O. box. I do get mail delivered, but it's by a different town. So I could go to the other town, but that's like 15 minutes. So I'd rather just do the 2 minutes. So Jane wanted to know, what % of items do you keep for FBM? Well, pre-COVID, pretty much almost none. The only things I really would have kept before COVID and stuff was I would keep. So let's say I scanned something, especially I've only been doing this for a year, and you learn things as you go along. But I would scan something and I would be like, oh, this is a great ROI, and I would pick up 20 of them and send them in, and then like 5 would sell over 6 months, and the other ones would just kind of be sitting there. And last October, Amazon had a period of time, I think maybe it was even the whole month, where you could pull stuff back for free. So normally it costs 50 cents. When you pull something back from Amazon, they charge you 50 cents to mail it back to you. So I was pulling back things that have been sitting there since like February, March of last year. And I went ahead and just listed them FBM, and I also cross-post to eBay because during fourth quarter, somebody may have wanted something that they didn't want during the other quarters. But the inventory, that what they charge for you to have inventory at Amazon during fourth quarter is really expensive. So if something didn't really sell for like 8-9 months, then I was just pulling it back and just throwing it up FBM. So I actually have something right now that I have had up on Amazon. I think I bought like 100 of them. I bought a lot of them because they seemed like it was a great deal. And then price tankers came in and tanked the price, where my profit was so small that I only sent in one case to Amazon, and I didn't get around to sending the other ones. And I was glad I didn't, because I ended up just doing those FBM, and they're actually selling right now. They got down to as low as like, I think it was $5 $88 or something like that, and I'm selling them now at $13. So they've gone back up, but I am selling them enough FBM that I'm just going to keep doing FBM with them. So of course, during the whole pandemic, even though we're still in it, when we couldn't send anything to FBA, I was doing everything FBM. So now I'm pretty much looking and scanning the items. So there are some things that I sell right now that I'm not able to FBA, which I was scanning some stuff last weekend. I did a live shot, and hey Dana, no problem with lurking while you're working. And so I actually was scanning some stuff like underwear. Like, so they have underwear. I don't have any right here. I didn't buy any, but they had underwear that I bought at Walmart, like Nickelodeon, Disney, that type of stuff. And I had sent that in to Amazon, or was putting it into Inventory Lab, and I was able to sell like all these cartoon ones, but for some reason I couldn't send in like Disney Princess. Weird. So there's some things I'm not able to send in. So I'm merchant fulfilling them here, and a few I've sent out today. Now I do know that when I get to the point where I can send them into Amazon, I really am excited to send them in, because I don't want to deal with shipping and the customer service part of it. And I just feel like even when things are FBA, they just seem to sell faster than even FBM. Now I feel like more people are getting back to wanting their FBA benefits. So I wanted to show, I actually wanted to talk about quickly managed payments also. And I'm not sure how many of you are, if there's anybody that's in managed payments on eBay. I know that next month, Amazon or eBay is making some people switch over, and at some point everybody will have to be part of managed payments. And I just wanted to kind of give you my experience and my take on it. So I've been on managed payments since last summer, and I went on, I think it was around July timeframe when they, maybe it was during eBay Open, when they announced that you could now accept PayPal. So I was waiting for that announcement before I took the leap, and they announced that, and I said, okay, I want in then. As long as my buyer can still pay with PayPal, then I will jump in. And I think my sales has seen an uptick as soon as I jumped into managed payments. And I don't know if it's because eBay was giving me some type of like benefit for it, or if buyers were really happy to be able to shop and not have to use PayPal. I can tell you, as a shopper, I prefer to use my points cashback credit card when I shop and get that than to use PayPal. And so I actually am excited when I don't have to use PayPal on eBay now. And I get disappointed when I find somebody and they're the only person selling what I want and it's PayPal. If there's more than one seller, I'll go with somebody who's not going to make me use PayPal. So I wrote down a few things I wanted just to mention. And that is, so your fees are less on managed payments. So Flip and Frozen. So they've been on managed payments since August. Yeah. So you've been around the time I joined. I think it was August. And so there was rumor that you pay, I can't remember the fees. So I'm sorry that I'm not going to be able to really answer those. I just know that the fees are better than what you're paying with PayPal right now. And that there was rumors that your fee structure, so if somebody was to buy 3 items from you, that you were getting that fee 3 times, and that is incorrect. You get it per transaction. Now, somebody went and they checked out and they bought 2 items from you or 3 items, and they did 3 different transactions, then you would get those 3 fees, which I had that happen last week to me. Somebody bought 2 items and they did it in 2 different transactions. But that would have been the same way if they paid with PayPal. When you are in managed payments, you get the choice of getting payout every day, or you can get paid out once a week. So I was getting paid out every day, and this springtime, when they made the option of once a week, I actually switched to once a week. I'd rather just get paid out once a week than to get paid every single day as a deposit into my account. So what I sell tonight, eBay will send me a payment to my bank account. Now, there's rumors, people are saying, oh, it takes a week to get it. Not me. I'll get it tomorrow. Like, my bank is really great. I have a credit union. And when I get a payment pushed out tonight, it'll be in my account tomorrow by noon. So for me, it's just a day. Like, I have to wait a day to get paid. It's not instant like PayPal, because PayPal, if somebody was to buy something from me right now, it would be sitting in my PayPal account. But I'm okay with that. I don't live off of a sale I get today. I need to go and use it to go buy groceries. So if you're that type of buyer, then it could be an issue for you. I also like it because the buyer has a choice of paying with more than just PayPal. They can pay with their credit card, they can pay with PayPal, they can pay Apple Pay, and they can pay Google Pay. So my mother, she does not like PayPal, and technology confuses her. Like, seriously confuses her to the point where last week, and I'm sorry, Mom, if you're watching, she says, what email address? I need to send you something. Which email address should I use? So I gave her my email address. And she goes, it's not working. And I was like, what do you mean it's not working? And I said, this is it. And my email address is my name. So I'm like, TAMRA at whatever. And she goes, it's still not working. And I said, Mom, Tamra, TAMRA, then the at sign, and then like, let's say it was Gmail, then gmail.com. She goes, oh, she starts laughing. She goes, I typed in AT. Like, she put AT, not the at sign. I said, Mom, how do you not know how email addresses are formatted? Oh, my mom. So for her, she does not like the idea that now I have to go to PayPal and set up that and put my credit card into a different system. And so she would always call me and say, hey, I want something. Will you buy it from me from using PayPal from eBay? So she's one of my addresses in my eBay, and she's one of my addresses, a confirmed address that I have in PayPal. So I would always have to remember to change it to her address, and then remember to change it back to my address and order for her. So now she literally can go on eBay all on her own and buy and just put in her debit card number and not have to worry about me. So I know that she will appreciate when everybody's over there. The other thing that I really like about managed payment is that if eBay sides on me and closes a case, my buyer, if they pay, which by the way, more of my buyers, as a report you can run, more of my buyers do not pay with PayPal. Most of them pay with credit or Apple or Google. Okay, they don't use PayPal. So when eBay closes something in my favor, they can't now go to PayPal and put a dispute into PayPal. So there's just one less thing you have to worry about when a case closes. Of course, they could always still go back to their credit card company and put in a dispute, but it just takes out that third person, right? Because they would have had eBay, they would have had PayPal, and then they would have had their credit card. Now they just have eBay and their credit card. So final value fees and your shipping come out of, so right now your shipping comes out of your eBay. If you want to use it, you can still use PayPal if you want. But if you use eBay shipping, it'll come out of your payouts. So you don't have to worry about, like a year ago, you would have gotten paid and then you would have went and done your shipping through like Fund that before you got your money actually from eBay. But that's not the case anymore. Same with in next month, your final value fee will come right out of your payment. So no longer will you get that huge, if you're selling a lot, that huge bill in a month with all this stuff that's now due. It'll all come out. So I really like that. And I think one of the other really things I like is the best offer. So right now, because of PayPal being in the mix, you are not allowed to. So if you sell on Mercari, okay, and Poshmark, if somebody does an offer to you on Mercari or Poshmark, it's a binding contract. Like if you accept their offer, that's it. This item is sold at the price that they offered you. Where on eBay, it's not, you accept their offer, there's no money. There's no funds. You have to file a non-paying person if they don't end up paying you. But once managed payments comes out, they will automatically make it so it's paid. So like on Mercari, if you're a buyer on Mercari and you go to make an offer, you have to put in your credit card information. Even though if you're buying it for the asking price, you can pay with PayPal. On Mercari, if you're doing an offer, it has to be paid with a credit card because it makes it automatic. Okay? I like that. I'm really looking forward to that. I actually had somebody paid me last night for a best offer that ended up going into non-paying bidder. They sent me a message apologizing. They didn't realize I had accepted their offer. So the negatives that I still see or think is an issue, and I'm not sure if this one is going to be fixed in time, is certain categories. If you're selling adult items, then you're not going to be able to take managed payments, as well as cars if you're selling cars. Although I did notice, I've been seeing this ad, I think it's on Facebook, pops up on the side every now and then, that there's a new app for eBay Motors. So that might be their answer to fixing that issue, but I'm not 100% certain. So if you sell motor, you can sell motor parts and you're okay. It's just if you're selling actual cars, as well as coins, like currency. If you're selling currency, I know that was an issue. I don't sell in any of those categories, so it hasn't affected me. And then people who have PayPal working capital, it won't automatically come out of your payments like it is right now. You'll actually have to make a payment, just like you make your car payment, house payment, rent payment, whatever. It would be a payment you would have to make. There will still be PayPal working capital loans. You'll just have to pay it. So I'll just see. You still get an invoice for other fees like store fees. Yeah. So Flippin' Frozen made a comment. Yeah. So your final value fees will come out, but like your promoted, I don't know if that one will come out, but yeah, your store fees and anything else that's out of the ordinary. So Sam, welcome Sam. Dapper Tiger says, I think it'll be good for eBay to have managed payments for seller protection. Yeah. I mean, I've been really happy with it. I have no complaints at all. Silly for adult. What's the difference between a dong and a ball bat? I don't know. I mean, I know what one is, and I know what the other is. I'm not really sure. You have to ask eBay that if it's something that eBay is like treating differently because it's an adult item. Yeah, it must be something to do with the credit card processing company that they're not allowing like X-rated adult material or something like that. I don't know. I mean, I still see adult stuff outside of the adult area. They just call it something else, like a muscle relaxer or something like that, but they'll just call it something else, even though we all know what it's really used for. So Flippin' Frozen says, I'm looking forward that they take out final value fees at the time of the sale, but they said they will still send an invoice for store fees. Yeah. Yeah. But if you don't have a store, then, right, there won't be fees there. But probably your listing fees, they would still send a bill for that. At least it wouldn't be such a large one. That will be nice, because the other day I had like an $800, or the other month, $800 bill. So that's all the notes. Oh, I guess July 15th was when that was supposed to start. So those are the notes I have on managed payments. And if you're watching this after the fact and you have any questions, feel free to drop them below. And if I don't know the answer, I will find them for you. Let's see. We got 20 minutes left, and I wanted to talk to you guys about a couple other things. Let's see. I wanted to show you, let me just double check what I got here. So I got an article. Let me share this article with you. One of my friends sent me this article. It is, so Amazon, let me show you the headline. Here we go. 2 states are reportedly looking into how Amazon treats its sellers. And I'm sorry you're seeing that. I just wanted to I closed it and I wanted to still make sure you're seeing this. So California and Washington are investigating how Amazon treats their third-party sellers, which unfortunately the stuff in here is not what I would like for them to look at. But I have heard that there are, so when you want to get ungated in a product or something, you have to send them your wholesale invoice. And a lot of times that provides them with the ability to see who you're ordering from, as well as how much you're paying, even though you can redact that information out. I usually don't. Maybe I should in the future. But they also have all this data. And I watched The Bearded Picker, and he's always saying that Amazon is a data company. It's nothing more than just a data, however you want to say the word. And that they're just constantly taking all this information about their buyers, their sellers, products, and all this other stuff. And so the Wall Street Journal reported that back in April that the e-commerce giant scooped up data from its sellers, product information such as prices, total sales, and how much vendors spend on marketing and shipping to launch competing products under its private label division. I've also heard that, so they'll pretty much watch, and if they know that a product is doing really, really well, let's say you have a scale to weigh yourself, okay? And all of a sudden there's like this boom in this certain technology that's come out or something about this scale. They will take that and then they'll create it with their own Amazon Basics type of thing, or some of their, like, they have a clothing line now and stuff like that. So they'll watch what it is and then they kind of take on that item and create it under their brand. And of course they have their platform, so they have the ability to make their stuff on the first page and kind of knock yours down, even if you have a great selling item. So I'm excited to see that. One of the things that I wanted to talk about today is my frustration is this right here. How many of you that are selling on Amazon have a frustration with this? I'm just looking over because it's on the side. All right, so price alerts. You send something to Amazon, or in this case, some of these cases are merchant fulfilled items, and Amazon gives you this potential high pricing error. This is my frustration, is unbelievable. And this is what I wish the government would look at with Amazon. So I am selling these Reebok jackets. They're a size 5'6", and I'm selling them for $54.99. Okay. I'm going to show you the Amazon page. So this is what I'm selling. Okay, says size 5'6". This is what the current, sorry about that. The current price is, remember mine was $54. Amazon is selling them for $56. And Amazon is telling me my price of $54 is too high. Now, I was at $56 because when I send stuff in, I price match Amazon's price. And I dropped the price down to $54 and resubmitted it, and I still got a price alert. And I can go down a little bit more, but I'm like, this just frustrates me. Like, why can Amazon sell it for $56, but I can't sell it for $56, nor can I sell it for $54? So I normally will pull something back and not just keep fighting with it. It's been happening since last summer, and I'll just pull it back and merchant fulfill it. Even then, I'll show you on this. So these boxes that are not in blue, where you see a box around it, for those that are new to Amazon screens, these are merchant fulfilled items. So even merchant fulfilled items have a price alert. I mean, these have a price alert and I'm not even selling them anymore. I have to go in and delete those. So even my merchant fulfilled will still have a price alert. I don't know how to fix it. People say delete the listing and wait for it to become stranded and then redo it. And I mean, I've tried it. I've tried all of the tips. I have not reached out to Amazon. Some people do that, but most of the time it comes back that Amazon's not going to help you. So that is my frustration right now with Amazon, and that is what I wish they would look at. So I just want to close these windows so I don't forget that I already talked to you guys about that. And all right, so we were talking about, yeah, so Flippin says because I'm lower than Amazon, but that's not the case because I was matching Amazon's price. So, and sometimes I'll go higher. So one of the tips that Jill from Ladies of FBA said is raise your price $10. I've done 10, I've done 20, and then lower it back down. So I'll do that. I mean, I've played around sometimes for months, literally plural months, trying to get it fixed. And then I finally just say, just send it back to me and I'll throw it on eBay. So for those who are doing Amazon and are not still doing eBay, like don't close your eBay account if you decide I'm just going to jump into Amazon. eBay is great for being able to offload those items that you haven't been able to sell on Amazon, or, you know, Amazon sent me back. I had one right here. I don't know what I did with it. So it's a glass, like they're called bumper bottles, which I don't know where the terminology comes from, but they're glass bottles that you put tea in, and it has like this filter for tea. So you make like a hot or an iced tea in it. And I had been selling those, and they're really, really slow movers. And I actually said, you know what, I'm going to send them back and I'm going to use those for eBay or for my bingo prizes. I was going to give them away as part of my bingo game that I'm not doing anymore, but at the time I pulled it back. And I got one last week, and my husband was standing next to me when I was opening to see what I got back in this random Amazon package, because I asked for it like 2 months ago. So I get it back, and it is completely broken. So it's a glass bottle in a box, and they put it in a poly bag and sent it to me. It was completely broken and trashed. They just don't treat things well. So I try not to pull things back too often because, well, I don't always get them back in good shape. So, all right. So let's see what do we got here for comments before I go to some other screens I wanted to share with you guys. Let's see. I have 4 stores scheduled for managed payments, and 2 stores not even told to sign it up. Yeah, I know some people are like, how do I sign up? So I didn't get an invite. I actually sent them a message and said, I want to do it. And they said, okay, here's a link. So if you're interested in signing up before everybody else, I think right now they're kind of going on a waiting list. You can send an email or a message to eBay for Business on Facebook. Just send them a message, and they could put you on the waiting list, or at least provide you with the link. So Sam says the Amazon is sneaky. Look at Amazon Basics. Even food stores will do the same thing with some of their items. Yeah. But you know, the thing is with food stores, they're not like, you don't find a lot. Well, I guess Walmart is all over the place, right? I don't know. Well, it'll be interesting to see with the antitrust where it ends up. Price alert is killing me. Let me put my price. Exactly. I try to open a case and that rarely works. I mean, I can understand like during the pandemic, they were trying to keep an eye out on price gougers. I guess those products I can somewhat understand, but yeah, a Reebok jacket isn't something that's that bad. So Cajun says, yeah, I try to open a case and that rarely works. Hey, Cajun Reseller, can you tell me what your real name is? I know I've heard it on Victoria's channel, and I just don't have a very good mind, but I see it pop in all the time, and I'm always like, what was his name again? Let's see, because you were lower. For puzzles, I would sell them as collectible like new and could sell them that way. Yeah, my sister, I was mentioning earlier, she got on and she was scanning some stuff and on just random things to kind of teach her some stuff. And there was some Sony headphones, and we're like, oh, there's nobody selling it new. Amazon's not in stock. Nobody's selling it new. And I scanned it because I can sell Sony. And I scanned it, and it said I couldn't sell it new, only collectible. And I said, all right, well, that would tell you why everybody is selling it as, collectible or used like new. And when you read the comments, it says used like new, brand new in box, never open, nothing wrong with it, all this other stuff. So that is a way around it if you are gated in something, but you can still sell it as used like new. I'm just reading. So yeah, I cross post my FBA items to eBay just to move them. So I don't cross post FBA. I don't know if you meant to say FBA. I do cross post FBM. Now you could cross post some FBA, and so I do have some items. There's sometimes if I get a lot of stuff. All right, Chris Cajun, thank you for telling me your name is Chris. I'll remember that's my brother's name. So there's sometimes I'll get a lot of items, like let's say those things I got 100 of, and I'll keep some back here and list them on eBay, and then I'll send some to Amazon. And then if they're not selling, it's amazing how some things don't sell on eBay at all, but they sell like crazy on Amazon, and vice versa. Right now I'm selling something that I'm making more money on eBay than I am on Amazon. The price on Amazon is cheaper, but I can get more for it on eBay and send it myself. So I'll keep it. And I had something that sold, and I guess I misjudged my quantity I had here. So I was able to go to Amazon, and they have something called, what do they call that? So it's something fulfillment. So they actually will send it to your customer for you. So you got to pay shipping. It's cheaper than normal shipping, but it's not the 50 cents like you're recalling something, but they'll actually send it to your customer for you. So I have used that when I've messed up here and sent something wrong. So I also wanted to show you guys, so we're talking about, share my screen again. So we were talking about retail arbitrage and how you can do this on Amazon or you can do it on eBay. And again, I think it's, again, very, very big on Amazon, not as big on eBay. And so this is a pool that I sold. I actually, when I hang up, I got to package it up. It's this big. It's very big. I don't even know how to weigh it. I don't think my scale, well, that one goes to 86 pounds. I think it might be more than that. I don't know. It's very, very heavy. And I'm just going to wrap it with, I bought one of those like long things. It's like saran wrap, but it's not saran wrap, but you like wrap it all the way around it. I'm going to do that and then like put some like clear tapes around it and stick a label on it. It does have some plastic around it, but it's really loose. And I was actually thinking about just throwing the label right over this and sending it, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and wrap it. So this pool I picked up at Big Lots for $197. I guess they had a sale, Memorial Day sale, where it was cheaper, but I missed that. So I picked it up for $197. Did you see what I sold it for? $11.99. And these pools, I'm going to go FedEx with it. And I put in an 80-pound box with these measurements. And it came up to about $100 for me to ship it from here, from New York to California. So I figure $100, even if it's a little more than 100. And, I mean, I have such huge wiggle room. I mean, I have an $900 profit, then minus the fees and stuff, which I'm not sure what the fees are. So this is a really good example of some RA that you can do. And, a lot of people don't want to deal with big, heavy items, and they don't want to spend the money of $200 up front to even flip it. So if you're willing to do that, and this has been listed for a little over a week, I think, June 5th, I listed it. I tried to sell it locally on my Facebook marketplace, and I just got trashed. The local people were just trashing me for price gouging my community. And so that didn't work out so well. So I wanted to see, we got a few minutes left, and I wanted to talk to you guys about some tools that I use. So doesn't Amazon have a wait list limit? Yeah, so Texas Bandit asks if Amazon has a weight limit. So they do have a weight limit. When you're sending in a box of a variety of stuff, you can't send it in more than 50 pounds. But if you're selling a single item, which of course this one is eBay, in case I didn't say that, I sold this on eBay. I usually do this so you don't see the buyer's information. So I sold this on eBay. But when you're selling one big, like I could have taken this because this is going for $1,300 on Amazon. I could have sent this to Amazon, or I could have even merchant fulfilled it on Amazon. Now I did not merchant fulfill it because, let me zoom in on your photo here. See that UPC right there? Well, right above that was printed Big Lots in the price. So I took my razor blade and cut around and just peeled off that one layer. So that was on this box in 2 different places. So I peeled that off. And so because I cut the box, I mean, it's not the box. I cut the package, the plastic that's on the outside. And then of course I did cut the box for peeling that. I just didn't want to take a chance of selling this on Amazon because they're just so meticulous on that type of stuff. So I didn't want to take that chance. So I sold it here instead. People don't understand price gouging. It's supply and demand. It's not an essential item. I know. That's what I told him. I said, since when was a pool an essential item? Now, am I profiting? You know, it's called capitalism. Yeah. So wrap it with wheels so no one has to lift it. Yeah, you know, it's my husband just came down and he goes, you got 5 minutes. Can you get it packaged? Because FedEx is here and they'll take it from you. And I said, no, I can't do it in 5 minutes. All right, so I wanted to just go over a few tools. This is kind of, I don't know, maybe I'll do like a little 101 section within my larger section. And because, you know, when I was first starting, I was just like, I just don't even know what I really need. You don't know what you don't know. And, oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to make you guys back big here again. You don't know what you don't know. So I wanted to show you some of the stuff that I use every day when I'm doing this. I use eBay and Amazon, and I'll let you know which ones I use the most. So number one that I think is important is this right here. I keep this in my purse and I put my receipts in it. So as I'm shopping, there you go, my receipts. Okay. Pick this up at, I don't know, clearance somewhere. I paid like 10 cents maybe for it. You can just use an envelope, just some, or even maybe, you know, for us women, we're lucky. We have purses. So we have all these things, you know, keep it in your car or whatever. So when you get out of the store, put it in one spot so you know where your receipts are, right? Don't have them all over the place. So that's number one. Next, I have, when you get home and you have to take off your labels, there's these things called Scotty peelers. Okay, you can pick these up for, I don't know, you can get them online. They're really cheap. I don't remember how much they are. Right now, there's a listing on eBay, though. It's not my listing, but you can buy a Goo Gone and a Scotty peeler, and I think it's something like $3 or $4 shipped. But you can get these. They're like $1 a piece from Staples. You can go on and order 10-pack for $10 for these. So I have these. They're all over. They're even in my car because my mother, when she travels with me, she'll take the stickers off from the packages while I'm driving and heading to the next location. And then after you take off the sticker, there's usually some type of residue that might be left behind. So I use Goo Gone. And I also have, let me see. I started off using this product, and it came in a 4-pack of this takes off sticky, and then there was one that takes off like food and grease and markers and pens. I found that they're pretty much all the same. So now I just use I use Goo Gone. And then I love this thing. So I was using scissors. Oh, and I'll tell you, I use that in conjunction with this. So this is when my husband won't go to the post office for me. I threaten him. No, I'm just kidding. So he's my post office runner. So that's probably the number one thing you should get is a partner in crime. So I'm very thankful that I have my husband. Although he does not like to source and stuff, he doesn't complain when I'm sourcing. He literally sat in the car yesterday for 2 hours when I ran into a Walmart, and he doesn't complain at all about that. But this is a box resizer, and I was going to do a video on it, but it was before I got my GoPro, and it was so hard to do with holding the camera and holding a box and this at the same time. The video didn't come out good. But you take this and you can adjust this up and down, and you put it on the side of your box, your flap, and then you this is see those little teeth, and you roll it and it scores the box. So it makes it so you can take a bigger box and shrink it down to a smaller box. So you're not paying for a large box when you need just a small box. It's great for cubic shipping and stuff like that. I use this all the time. And it also makes it so you don't have to put in like air pillows or whatever, to keep things from moving. You can close the flap right down on top of whatever it is you're shipping. So when I first started, I was using this and I was scoring the box. And then I was taking my scissors to cut down the 4 corners of the box. Well, it was hard at times. So then I found these at Lowe's. They were on clearance and I bought a bunch of them, sent them to Amazon and sold a ton. And I was very thankful I actually kept one behind. So it has a knife on it and this one has a razor blade. So I actually like the knife more than the razor blade, but I do like that the razor blade can be replaced when it gets dull. So I use this to cut my box. Yeah. So I say have a razor blade around, a box opener, something like that versus scissors if you're using that reboxer. Love, love, love this. All right. So I didn't know this was available until like a month ago, a friend of mine. So if you're not ordering your free supplies from the post office, which that's a give me, hopefully y'all know that, you can go on and order free supplies. Well, they also have a package you can order for the military. Okay. And I don't send anything. Well, I shouldn't say that. I do send every now and then I'll get an order for APO and FPO. So you can order a package for sending stuff to the military. It's completely free. And in that package, they send you a roll of this priority mail tape. Okay. Why use tape that you have to buy when you can get tape for free? So this one and this one. This is eBay tape. This is what I use. One of the items I use my eBay shipping supplies on all the time is tape. Fits in your tape guns. I will use eBay tape for everything but Amazon FBM. I do not use Amazon eBay tape when I'm sending it to an Amazon customer. I do use eBay tape when I'm sending it to the Amazon warehouse. Okay. So I will go through this stuff because I'd rather use something I can get for free than to use the duct tape that I have to pay for. Okay. So definitely get that. Let's see. What else did I want to show you? Oh, so I have, I got to share my screen. Oh, hey, Larry. Let me move you over here. I'm going to share my screen again. Close down this one. I don't need to show you that. All right. So then I was going to pick it up and show you because it's right here, but it's all hooked up in the plugs and stuff aren't long enough. I'd have to unplug it. But I love my Dymo 450. Now there's also a thing called a Rollo, a Zebra printer. I'm sorry. That was this, the 4XL I meant. So there's also the Rollo and the Zebra that print labels that are 4x6. So I used to use my LaserJet. I have a Brother LaserJet, inkjet, whatever it is, the ones that take the large cartridge. And I would print off my label and then I'd tape it on. I was going through so much tape, so much tape. So I got this label writer and it prints it so fast. It also, when you're doing Amazon, it'll print the box label that you need. So when you mail stuff to Amazon, you need an address label and then they print off another label that they scan and that's what they know what's in the box. So I like that. And then I also use this one, which is the Label Writer 450. I actually use the Turbo. I thought I pulled up the Turbo. I guess not. The Turbo is just faster. So if I'm printing off 30 labels of one item, so I'm looking to see if I have anything that has a label on it to show you. I thought I just had something. Yeah. So for instance, this Goo Gone, okay. I actually bought this on Amazon. And see this label? I bought it from a friend. So every time you send something into Amazon, you need to print off one of these labels and put it on your product. And you put it over the UPC. So this label this thing right here is what I use for that. Now you don't have to use that. You can just use a normal printer, but you would be using a like address labels. So it'd be like a sheet of address labels, and you would print those off and peel them. The problem is if you're only sending in 10 of something, you've just used a sheet of 30 to send in 10. And you don't print your label until after you've entered everything in. So then you have to print it and then find your item and stuff. So for me, it's just so much quicker. So much quicker. All right, so that was that one and that one. And then a barcode scanner. I have one. I have mine is right here. Okay, I got this one off from eBay. I can't remember how much I paid, but I saw this one on Amazon and I was like, 28 bucks. That's a good deal. And that one's wireless, the $28. Mine is not wireless, it's wired. But you use it so as you're putting your stuff in for Amazon, I just scan it, and I do this for eBay also. So if I am sitting here listing stuff on eBay, if it has a barcode, I will scan it and it will pull up automatically with all of the stuff that has that UPC in it, so I can figure out the price and I'll look at the solds and stuff. But I won't have to type in anything. It scans it in nice and quick. They also make a small one that you can bring to like the Goodwill or whatever, or a book sale, and you can scan the book. And I have a friend who brings hers in when she goes to like TJ Maxx and Kohl's and she buys bras, and she'll sit there and just scan the UPC instead of using her phone's scanning device and stuff. So that is nice. And then I see that Dapper is Team Rolo. Now I've never tried the Rolo or the Zebra, so I don't even really know. Oh, forget, that was my search page. Next, when you're sending stuff into Amazon, you're going to need to have poly bags on hand, clear poly bags that you use when you send in, well, I'll show you. So this item will end up on eBay that I showed earlier because it came undone, unless I can get this back together and have it look like it was whatever. So this right here, see how it's like open in the front? So let's say this was like a plush toy, or I mean, even in this case, you wouldn't send it in just like this. I would take it and I would put it into a bag and send it in like that. So any clothing items like that jacket, that Reebok jacket, when I sent those in, I would take them and you put them into these clear ones. So this is the best deal I have found all around, is this poly bag bundle. It gives you 4 sizes of the bags. It's just a great way to start off, so you can find out like what type of stuff are you sourcing that you need, what size bag. So like this thing right here, I bought these and I ended up, I'm not going to send them in. I'm going to keep them, but I would put this into a poly bag and I would like wrap it around, make sure it's like really tight on the top so this doesn't pop off or it doesn't squirt or something like that. And then you'd put your label over in while the bag is on it. Then I put my label over the UPC with the bag. So it's just, I like this, and I keep reordering just these multi-size rather than just one size, because I find that I just use a multi. Now I did order some really, really big ones because I was selling backpacks at one time and they were really big, and these didn't fit the backpack. So I do have a few of the really, really big ones. So if you find you're getting yourself a lot of big stuff, you would want to get something bigger. But you can always use a big one for a small item and just wrap it. And then this bubble wrap. So these links on these Amazon items are down below in my description of the videos. Some of them, not all of them, are there. But like this bubble wrap, this is the one I use all the time. $20 for these 4 of them, so it's $5 for a bundle of bubble wrap. I mean, that's a really good price, delivered for free to you. I like it. I have no problems. The bubbles don't pop easily. It's just good bubble wrap. And then IKEA bags, and I know I mentioned this on my video, and I gave 2 away last week on my live show last week. But these, you can buy these. They're $6 right here for 2 of them. You can buy them if you wanted to get more than just a couple. From the IKEA website right now, they're 99 cents for a bag, but then you have to pay $5 in shipping. So if you were to order 2 from the website, you'd be paying $7. So it's cheaper to buy them from Amazon. But if you wanted 10 of them or 20, like I think I ordered 20 of them, or you can just stay tuned to my show, and when I get them in, I'll be doing some more freebie giveaways. So that was that. Let me move you back over here because we are at the 1 hour and 10 mark. So I just wanted to wrap stuff up. I think I've said everything. Let's see. Oh, sales tax. I got to do my sales tax today. So if you live in New York, your sales tax report is due, which I'm excited because I got a notification in the mail a few weeks ago from them saying that I only have to file once a year now. So after I get this one done today, once a year. I'm very excited because honestly, I don't collect sales tax. All of the platforms I sell on collect sales tax for me. So I don't have to deal with collecting sales tax at all. So my reports literally say 0 all the time. But it is great to have a sales tax certificate because it allows me to purchase it on some websites without having to pay sales tax, as well as Walmart. If you are sourcing at Walmart and you do not have a sales tax certificate, unless you live in a 0 tax state, it is so simple to bring in your certificate, get it from your state. My state, New York, didn't cost me anything. It was quick and easy. I filled out the form in like 5 minutes time. They mailed it to me, and I brought it into Walmart, show it to them, and they give you this little white card that you bring with you. I keep it in my purse, and then when I am going to check out, you hand it to the cashier ahead of time. They put in your code, and you don't pay sales tax. Huge, huge money saver. Okay. If you're going out and you're sourcing and you're spending hundreds of dollars, I live in an 8% sales tax state. So that's a lot of money when you think about how much I possibly spend at Walmart a year, how much money I actually end up saving in the long run. So it's definitely worth it. Let's see. Jennifer, thank you for stopping in. I am better late than never. I appreciate it. Just make sure I didn't miss anything else or anyone else coming in before I actually start to say my goodbyes. All right. I don't see anything else. So thank you so much for stopping in. If you have any questions about anything that we talked about today, please feel free to hit me up. And again, I started off talking about my Facebook group that I have. Feel free to go over, look for Yellow Brick Road Reselling on Facebook, join the group, and we can even continue conversations there. Just a way to keep conversations going if you have questions. And don't be afraid to ask a question, even if it is a newbie question, because most likely there's somebody else that has that question too. And I find that a lot of resellers are introverts, and a lot of them don't really like, they kind of like being able to talk behind a keyboard, but there are people who come in and watch shows that don't even talk behind a keyboard, that don't say anything at all. So ask the question, because there's probably somebody else who has that same question but just hasn't asked it. So I just love when questions come out. And then I'm hoping that in the future we have some people come on that talk about just that next level. So let me know, what are some of those next level of questions? Like, I know for a while, like last year, I got so busy that I was thinking about hiring a virtual assistant to do some work for me. And then I decided I really don't want to be that busy. Like it was too much. And I don't do this just for money. I do it because I love to do it. And when you start losing the enjoyment behind it, then it just really becomes work, right? And I know we're all here to make money, but some of us, but I don't want a job. So for me, I actually ended up stepping back instead of thinking about hiring a virtual assistant. But definitely, if you're thinking about that, then it's something we can talk about. Because I know that is a lot of times that's the next level is, okay, let's get some help in, whether it's a virtual assistant or I live in a college town. So I've thought about it would be great to bring a college person in so they can actually learn how to package, or they can learn how to use my Scotty peeler and peel labels off that my mother doesn't get to because I go without her. That type of stuff. Just things that are time consuming where you're not really making money. Instead, you can hire somebody to do that. Yeah, Jennifer says that's why I don't drop ship. I like to touch the product. Yeah. So I was actually using a prep house in Pennsylvania until the pandemic hit. And I've just kind of stayed away from the amount of OA I was doing, because I was doing OA, which is online arbitrage, ordering stuff and then having it sent right to my prep center, and she did everything. She was unpackaging the stuff I ordered online and putting it in poly bags and putting the labels on and sending it out. And it was inexpensive. I think it was like $1.20 an item. So I was billing that into my cost of goods and how much it was costing me and whether or not it was profitable to do it. And it was definitely, in the long run, great. So we can talk about that too. So I know we're over our hour, and I really want to try and keep this to an hour because I know people are busy and it's Mondays, and I just don't want people to feel like, oh my gosh, another show. So yeah, so let me know. And I guess that's it. So thanks so much for coming, for watching. And Dapper Tiger reminded you to hit the thumbs up. I would appreciate it. I am still a very new YouTuber with a very small show, and I really could use the subscriptions and the thumbs up and recommendations. So if you wouldn't mind, I would really appreciate it. And that's it. I will see you guys next Monday at noon Eastern. I will be back right here. See ya.